you want to change your life. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to practice a more healthy diet. Or maybe you even want to do more exercise. I'm sure you have some dreams, some goals that you really, really want to achieve. But is that easy? No. Most of the time, it's really, really difficult, especially if you don't have the right motivation to do so. My name is Dominika Hanschk, and I want to talk to you about this topic today, motivation. So what motivates you? Most people, I think, have a wrong understanding of what motivation really is. Yeah? They think it's difficult to get motivated. And I have a kind of different belief. I think motivation is something that should be easily achieved because of certain circumstances. So I want to share this with you, and that's what this video will be about. So first of all, if you look at Wikipedia and its explanation of what motivation really is, it basically tells you motivation is the why some people or pets are doing certain behavior. So they're starting a certain behavior or they're stopping a certain behavior because of motivation. And I find that very difficult to put my head around that. Okay? If you invest some more time in understanding motivation, you will read about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Okay? Intrinsic motivation is if the motivation comes out from yourself. You really want something. You're really keen to achieve something. So for example, if losing weight is your goal, then you are really having a drive for putting the things into action to achieve this goal, like eating more healthily, doing your greens, having only 2 to 3 meals, doing more exercise. You're really coming from within and the goal is important to you. Okay? Extrinsic would be your doctor actually saying, well, you're overweight, you need to do something about it. Here's a plan, do some exercise, change your eating habits. And if you follow this plan, then you would have extrinsic motivation. Okay, another way to look at motivation is it task-oriented or is it actually context-oriented? How to explain that? If you're task-oriented, you basically take that goal, I want to lose weight, and you define tasks. Eat more greens, exercise daily 30 minutes, eat only 2 to 3 meals, drink regularly. And you have certain tasks where you can check the box at the end of the day. Okay? If you are more contextually motivated, then it would be something like, I tell you how wonderful you would feel when you reach that goal. You are 10 pounds less. You can wear this fabulous dress that you've seen in the shop or these fabulous trousers that you've always wanted, and just immerse in that feeling, how that makes you, what kind of person you would be when you've achieved that goal. Okay? But even though the example that I've just chosen to explain the differences between extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, or between the task-oriented and the context-oriented approach, this all sounds to me more like your boss is telling you, oh, I want you to do this, that, the other. And oh, so you are actually extrinsic motivated? I pay you more. Or if you're intrinsic motivated, oh, you can choose your own way of achieving this goal. Choose your tasks and tell me how you want to approach that, and I'm trying to help you that you can actually work on these tasks. Okay? So motivation most of the times comes down to some work-related viewpoint on your dreams and goals. But that's not it, is it? Motivation, I think, runs deeper. So to understand motivation, to really truly understand motivation, we have to dig deeper. Okay? So think about a moment and just think about a moment where you've been really, really motivated. Was there a point in your life where you just felt so driven? You wanted to achieve this. It was this goal you had in mind, and you actually performed so well. You just did it step for step to move towards that goal, to reach that goal, and then you felt amazing. It was tremendous the way you felt. Okay, can you come up with such a moment? Let me help you. For example, when you were a young child, there was this moment in time where you actually decided, I want to walk. Yeah, you didn't need no motivation from your parents or other people. You just decided, wow, walking it is. Yeah, so you basically decided, I want to walk because I want to go to my mom whenever I feel like it. I want to get to my toy whenever I feel like it. And walking seems to be the fastest way to achieve that goal. So walking it is. I've decided walking is a great thing to do. So what do? Well, you get up, try to hold yourself steady on shaky legs, and you do the first step. Was that easy? Oh no, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't easy, and I'm sure you fell down 1,000 times or even more. But what did you do? Yeah, you just got up again. You just got up again and did it again. So you just took your dream, your goal, and you just implemented the necessary tasks, getting up, standing there on shaky legs, moving the legs forward to actually learn to walk. It wasn't easy, but you really wanted it. That's the first point. And the second point is you had the discipline to put the right things into actions to actually learn to walk. It wasn't easy. It was really, really difficult. But remember the joy when you actually achieved your goal of walking, standing on your 2 feet and being able to do that on your own. It was amazing. Okay? Or another example. A couple of years later, you were actually seeing the neighbor's kids riding a bicycle. Wow! That looks great. The freedom of actually balancing this out. And they seem to have really fun. This is amazing. I want to do that. Mom, I need a bike. And what did you do? That was again your dream, riding a bicycle. Okay? You wanted something really, really badly. And the second thing, you practiced. So your dad went outside with you on the sidewalk and helped you find the right balance to have your first steps on the bicycle. Was it easy? I don't think so. I don't want to know how many bruises and scratches you probably brought home, because it wasn't easy to paddle at the same time, like moving around stones and keeping the balance. It wasn't easy. But you practiced and practiced again, and then it just happened. Motivation was just there. And by practicing every single day, it brought you closer to your goal of actually being able to cycle yourself, to use your bike. And what did happen? Yes, you won this new kind of freedom to move about, be faster, meet with friends, and have this really great time. How did you feel then? Motivation wasn't an issue, right? Okay, go a little bit further. Maybe you're 16 or 18 years old and you actually wanted to take the next step towards more freedom, learning to drive, or learning to drive a car, or riding a motorcycle. Okay, so you had this dream. I want to partake in the traffic on the road, and well, is that easy? Oh no, it's not. You have to go to driving school, learn all the rules, what you have to do, how you have to watch the traffic, whatever. But you put the effort in to learn this, to actually write your, to have an exam on it, and to actually show, yes, I know the rules, I can follow them. Okay? And then you took lessons. And probably not just the minimum amount of lessons that you have to do to actually take the final exam on getting your driving license. You probably did a lot more. You probably even practiced with your parents so that you could feel really secure, really sure. I'm able to do this. I can achieve this. This goal is coming very close, and I'm practicing to achieve that goal. And that's amazing. And you know what? You even went a little bit further, but because driving school costs money, right? So you didn't just invest your time, you also invested money, or your parents did for you. Yeah? You didn't just invest time, you also invested money to achieve a goal. It was important to you. You really wanted it. And then you put in the discipline to achieve it. And motivation was there. Okay, so if you think about these examples and the similarities between them, what is it actually that drives motivation? What is it actually that, that makes motivation easy? Exactly, it's the want. I want something, I have a dream, and the discipline, doing the actions to achieve that goal. Then motivation comes along all the way. So to put that into words, it's this drive, this ultimate goal, this dream you really want to achieve. And you do everything that's needed to achieve that goal. Every little step, every little task that you have to do, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it step by step to reach that goal, to have that dream fulfilled. Okay? So motivation is all about doing what you really want, and at the same time having the discipline to take the necessary actions step by step. And that leads to a kind of freedom where you can be spontaneous, authentic, because you follow your dreams. You're doing what you really want. Yeah? You're doing what you really want. You have this freedom to choose what you really want and take the necessary actions to achieve it. But maybe life has come into the way, and you've just learned, well, in school, sit down, be quiet, don't disturb the lessons, don't do that, just do that. You have to work, you have to earn money, you have to do this, that and the other, and then you have a good life, and then you can feel happy, right? Well, you understand that motivation is difficult in this kind of situation, right? So some people actually manage to motivate themselves because they get recognition, money, or power. But is that really what you want? Money, recognition, power? Some people manage to quite happily go with that for a couple of years. And what is really driving them in that moment in time? It's not necessarily money, recognition, or power. It's actually the fear of losing the money, of losing the recognition, and of losing the power that keeps them going and doing and again trying to remain in that kind of situation. But is that really fulfilling? Is that really making them happy? I don't think so. But you have to decide for yourself. So is that fear of something, of losing something, driving you? Or is your own dreams, your own ideas, is that driving you? Are you actually doing things just because somebody told you so? And they said, oh, do this, do that, everything is fine, you have to feel happy. And you're sitting at home, you're thinking, oh, I don't know, but I just have my mobile phone and I scroll and I swipe and I actually look at other people's lives and what they are doing, and then I'm feeling like, oh, I can't achieve that. I don't know how to do that. She looks great, but I can't have that. This is really annoying. And then there comes the emotional frustration and maybe even emotional eating, because eating makes you happy for a little while. But does it really help you with your inner wishes of the things you really, really want? Most people do these things with their mobile phone or binge watching soaps and so on. They're doing that because they don't want to think about their real motives. They don't want to think about what it is that they really, really want. I know you're different, okay? I know you're different. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. But now it's time to actually find out what is your real motivation, what is your real goal. I would actually ask you, take a pen and paper and sit down for 30 minutes and think about this question. What is your dream? What do you really, really want? And while you're at it, just write down the next step you can take. You don't have to know the whole way, but you know the next step. I'm sure you do. Okay? And I'm not bothered if you stop the video right now. Just go and do this. This is so important. I beg you, stop the video and do it right now. You can watch the remainder later. Okay? But it's so, so important. Let's just think about examples. If you want to write a book, what keeps you from actually taking 15 minutes a day to write a paragraph or maybe even a page per day? Okay? It's only 15 minutes. But it adds up, because if you're writing every single day of a year, you have 365 pages. And I tell you, there are books with less than 365 pages out there. So just take the first step every single day and you're reaching your goal of writing that book. Or if losing weight is your goal, think about it. You really want it. What is the next step? Oh, have more greens on your plate? Right, good idea. So just have more greens on your plate. If you have more greens on your plate, there is less space for other things which are unhealthy. Okay? And if you manage to do the greens on your plate the first day, mark it. Check the box. If you do it the second day, check the box. Write about it, journal about it, so that you can actually see you're doing the steps, you're going in the right direction. And if eating healthy greens, you've accomplished that habit, go for the next thing, drinking more water, doing more exercise. You can do this and you can motivate yourself by doing that, by just reflecting on your goal on a daily basis and doing the steps necessary, step by step by step. Okay? Is it easy? No, it's not. Definitely not. But you can do it. You can do it. You are able to do that. And if you are really clear about your goal, and if you are ready to take the next step every single day, motivation will come. Definitely, I promise you, motivation will come. So just remind yourself, when you were a kid, you wanted to walk. You did it by practicing daily and you had this really big dream, I want to walk. Was it difficult? Yes, it was. You fell down, but you got up again. Okay? And when you wanted to ride this bicycle, was it easy? No, it wasn't. You had to, at the same time, pedal, you had to watch the street, and you had to keep the balance, and it wasn't easy. It was difficult, and you had brought bruises and scratches home, and maybe some tears. But there was this day when you achieved that goal. Or when the moment came to actually get your driving license. Was that easy? No. Let me actually tell you a story about myself, because I know this moment in time like it was yesterday. Okay? I actually registered with driving school and I had 2 weeks to go before having my first lesson. And my dad actually offered me to drive to a way in the forest nearby and actually train driving a car, okay? And I remember I was sitting in there sweating, being frustrated, being really agitated because it was so difficult keeping track of all the little things I needed to do at the same time. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I know that I actually returned home and I said to my mom, you know what? I need a car which drives only 30 miles per hour. That's enough. That's perfect. Okay? I don't need much more. 30 miles per hour is absolutely fine. Okay? The next weekend arrived and my dad went outside again with me. So we drove back and there was also a parking lot nearby from a company and there were no cars around. So I had plenty of space to actually practice my right bends, practice my left bends and actually practice turning around with the car and getting at ease with this whole process of arranging myself, okay? And when I came home, I was actually thinking like, oh well, maybe 30 miles per hour is a little bit too slow. Let's do 50 miles per hour. That's better, right? And the thing is, this was actually putting in the action towards my goal. And I could see the progress. Every single time I practiced, I could see the progress. And that's what it's all about. Having a dream, seeing what the first steps are, documenting what the first steps are, and checking the boxes, ticking the boxes. Oh, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's getting easier. And when it's getting easier, I'm coming up with new ideas what the next step could be. And I will reach my goal. And just think about the way you will feel when you've actually achieved that goal. It will be absolutely amazing. It will be tremendous. And I encourage you to take the first step today. Okay? So this is it about motivation that I really wanted to share with you. And I'm glad that you've been here. And I hope I will see you in the next video again. So, be yourself, dream big, and start now. See you.